Okay, let's dive right in. We're about to explore a puzzle that connects ancient secret societies with astronomical knowledge that, frankly, just shouldn't exist. Our journey is guided by two really remarkable books that ask a pretty startling question. What if the most advanced secrets of the cosmos weren't discovered recently, but were actually known to humanity thousands and thousands of years ago? So, our journey starts with this monumental work from 1928 by Manly P. Hall, The Secret Teachings of All Ages. Makes a really bold claim that for thousands of years, the most profound truths about our universe were not shared openly. Instead, they were intentionally hidden, accessible only to a very select few. Hull's whole premise, which you can kind of see right here in this quote from the theologian Origen, is that real wisdom wasn't just written down in books for anybody to read. No, it was encoded in this complex language of symbols, myths, and rituals. It was like a secret code, really, understood only by initiates who held the key. All right, so if all this knowledge was top secret, how on earth did they keep it alive? Well, Hall argues it wasn't through plain old text, but through something far more universal. And, well, durable. A hidden language of symbols. This slide is a perfect example of what Hall was talking about. On one side, you've got an Egyptian scarab beetle, a symbol for creation. On the other, a Native American sand painting showing cosmic order. I mean, these are cultures separated by huge distances and a lot of time. Yet both of them use this really sophisticated visual language to express their deepest ideas about the universe. And according to Hall, this stuff wasn't just art for art's sake. Not at all. Whether you're looking at the mathematical philosophy of Pythagoras or the myths of a sun god that you see all over the world, these were all just vehicles, ways to carry a hidden stream of knowledge passed down through secret societies that was believed to hold the very keys to understanding reality itself. And this is where we get to a modern mystery that takes Hall's theory and just launches it into a whole other level. It challenges everything we think we know about the history of science. Okay, so now let's jump forward in time to this explosive book from 1974, The Sirius Mystery by Robert Temple. Temple takes Hall's worldwide view and zooms way, way in to focus on the extraordinary and highly specific knowledge of one single isolated West African tribe, the Dogon. So picture this. It's the 1930s and 40s. Two French anthropologists, Marcel Griol and Germaine Dieterlen, are living with the Dogon. And after years, they're finally initiated into the tribe's most sacred, most secret traditions. And what they discovered was that this tradition wasn't centered on our sun or the moon, but on a really distant star, Sirius. And this is where the story just gets completely mind-bending. The details of what the Dogon knew about the Sirius star system, well, it seems to defy any kind of conventional explanation you can think of. So, the first bombshell the Dogon elders dropped was that Sirius, the star they call Sigitolo, is not a single star. For centuries, they've claimed it has this incredibly small, dense, and powerful companion star, a star that is completely invisible to the naked eye. Look at this. This is the heart of the mystery, right here. On the left, you see a sacred Dogon sand drawing, something they make from memory, showing the orbit of this companion star. On the right, that's a modern astronomical diagram of the orbit of Sirius B, which is what we call the companion. The resemblance is, well, it's uncanny. It's not just a circle, it's an elliptical path, with Sirius A correctly placed at one of the focal points, not in the center. It's just perfect. And get this, the Dogon stated that this invisible companion, which they call Potolo, takes 50 years to complete one orbit around Sirius. Modern astronomy, with all our powerful telescopes and advanced physics, has calculated the orbital period at 50.04 years. That is an unbelievable match. But wait, it gets even crazier. Their secret traditions had even more specific data. They described this companion star as the smallest thing in the sky, but also the heaviest. That's an incredibly precise description of a white dwarf star, the super-dense, collapsed core of a dead star. That's a concept that was completely unknown to Western science until the 20th century. Oh, and they also claim there's a third star in the system, something astronomers are still debating today. So you see where this is all going, right? It all boils down to one single, massive, inescapable question that brings both of our books together. How could an isolated pre-industrial tribe possibly know any of this? So what was Robert Temple's take on this?
He suggested that the Dogon tradition is like a surviving echo, a fragment of knowledge from the ancient world, and he thought it most likely came from ancient Egypt. And that brings us full circle, right back to Manly P. Hall's idea that Egypt was this primary source of profound, secret wisdom. So in the end, we're left with two pretty mind-blowing possibilities. On the one hand, was this knowledge part of some ancient secret teaching, passed down for thousands of years by initiates, maybe starting in a place like ancient Egypt? Or do we take the Dogon at their word? Their own explanation is that this knowledge was a gift from amphibious beings they call the Namos, who visited Earth from the Sirius system a very, very long time ago.
Now, neither of these books gives us the final, definitive answer, but they force us to confront a really profound question about our own past. Is this impossible knowledge a clue, a hint of a lost high-tech chapter of human history, or is it evidence that our history is intertwined with visitors from the stars? Either way you slice it, the Sirius mystery suggests that our understanding of the past, well, it's far from complete.